How's it going, everybody? Chris Cards back through the mail. Monday, 7 returns for you today, including our first one back from Unknown. We've got a bit of the date here on the back, but that is about it. We will not know where this is from until we open it up. Of course, who cares where it's from? We only care about who it's from. But we got a letter of request back, as well as an index card, some vintage, and of course, an inscription request from Mr. Bill Wakefield. Bill Wakefield, with his Major League Baseball debut inscription on the index card, as well as a 64 Topps card, 65 and 66 Topps signed as well. They only played for the Mets in 1964. In fact, that was his only season in the big leagues. He came over from the Cardinals with a George Altman in exchange for Roger Craig, 1964. April 18th, 1964 was his Major League Baseball debut. And if you guys notice something very interesting on that 64 Rookie Stars card, that was also Jerry Hinsley's debut date. That's right. They played a game. Could have been opening day. Could have been maybe 1 or 2 games into the season. It was April 18th. Back then, of course, the season would sometimes start a couple weeks into April. Of course, now it starts at the end of March. Jerry Hinsley and Bill Wakefield pitched the final 4 innings of a 9-5 loss to the Pirates. Don Schwal got the win in that game. Elroy faced the save. Bill Wakefield pitched the final 2 innings scoreless with just a hit given up as well as a walk. Here is the box score, in fact. Pretty unique situation on this card. Of course, Bill Wakefield got into 62 games for the 64 Mets. Jerry Hinsley only got into 9 games for the Mets that year. He also got into 2 games for the Mets back in 1967. Jerry Hinsley's only rookie cards were 64 and 65, both Rookie Stars card. The 65 Rookie Stars card was with him and Gary Kroll. Very cool that these 2 debut dates were linked together forever in this trading card. Glad to get them both signed on this card. Both inscribed. Awesome return. Unique situation indeed. Let's move on, my friends, to return number 2. Los Angeles, California for return numero dos. Let's see who we have here. We've got an unsigned index card, and we've got some 70s action. We got 74 Topps signature card from the Padres, as well as a 78 Topps card signed by John Scott. John Scott, who was originally drafted by the Padres, 2nd overall back in 1970, signed the Topps 74 Topps signature card, as well as Larry Hardy, and Bill Allman is also on that. Bill Allman, of course, another first-round draft pick, 1st overall in 74 of the Padres, which is why he made the signature card. 78 Topps. John Scott played for the Blue Jays briefly in 1977, which landed him on the 78 Topps card. Got into just 14 games for the Padres in 1974. That was his rookie year. Got into a few more games the next year before finishing his career out, of course, with Toronto and then Japan for a few years. Nice return from John Scott, a pinch runner, an outfielder extraordinaire. Did not quite pan out in the big leagues like his draft position suggested he might. Nice return overall. Moving on, guys, to return number 3. Atlanta, Georgia for our 3rd return here. And we've got a grip of cards from Mr. Luis Gomez. Luis Gomez here on a senior league card. Nice return here. Played 8 years in the Bigs, 4 with the Toronto Blue Jays. Also played 2 years with the Twinks, 2 years with the Bravos. In fact, finished his career with the Braves in 1981. And I guess according to the return envelope, he's still in Atlanta, GA since retiring. So there you guys go. Light hitting shortstop, great fielder, one of those guys. Played his college ball at UCLA. Nice return from Luis Gomez. Got some ink on these cards. They look fantastic. Moving on, my friends, to return number 4. Charlotte, North Carolina, our next return here with a Hammer and Hank stamp on it, which means this is a current player. And I just got that question again on Instagram. Do I send to a lot of current players? Yes. You just don't see him much on TTMM because I just don't get many back. But we got this one back. Colin Moran, who is actually technically a current player. He is a free agent. He did play independent ball last year. I'm not sure what he's doing this year, besides signing my 2020 Topps card, which I'm grateful for. He did play 7 years in the big league, starting back in 2013 as a first-round draft pick, 6 overall of the Marlins. Played after that for the Pittsburgh Pirates, Houston Astros, and Cincinnati Reds. Spent most of his time with the Buccos. His brother Brian also played in the major leagues. He was a pitcher. His uncles, BJ, Surhoff, and Rich, also played. And his grandfather played in the NBA. So he, of course, has a athletic pedigree in his family. I'm not sure what his dad did. His dad must be figuring, what happened to me? Did not have any athletic prowess as far as I'm concerned at the professional level. Come on, Dad. Colin Moran, there you guys go. Again, I forgot the pre-picture. Sorry about that, but there you guys go. I jotted down his address on the back of one of my envelopes and took a picture of it, and I am inserting it right here. That is information. He does sign from home. Nice return from Colin Moran. Moving on, my friends, to our next return. And we've got a football return for our next return from San Jose, California. I told you guys I'd be mixing in a few other sports, although, spoiler alert, I only have sent out to, I've only sent out the football right now, and I don't have too many football returns out there, but we got one back. Willie Roth here on a Topps Finest, as well as a Bowman card. 2012 Hall of Fame inductee. Big, agile offensive tackle out of Louisiana Tech, number 77. 13 years as an NFL player, 9 with the Saints, 4 with the Kansas City Chiefs. Every year a Pro Bowler except his rookie year of 94 and 2003 when he had some injury issues. He was an all-decades guy in the 90s. He was an all-decades guy in the 2000s. I did ask him for the Hall of Fame inscription. Some of these guys are automatic and they just put it on no matter what. Some of these guys you got to ask. I wasn't taking any chances. I asked for the Hall of Fame inscription. I got the Hall of Fame inscription. There's information. Awesome return from a football Hall of Famer, Willie Roth. Moving on, my friends, to our next return. All right, friends, we've got San Antonio, Texas here on this return. And we've got, if I can open it up here, the anticipation is killing me. We've got Cliff Johnson on an 87 Topps card signed for the set, 84 Topps also signed for the set, and a 78 Topps card. Of course, he was a part of that World Series Championship 1978 and 1977 World Series Championship Yankees. Of course, didn't win it in 1979 because him and Goose Gossage got into a fight. Gossage tore some ligaments in his thumb and was out for 3 months. Steinbrenner was pissed and traded the Cliff Johnson to the Detroit Tigers soon thereafter. Of course, Gossage called Cliff the Breeze because every time he faced him when they played against each other in previous teams, he struck Cliff Johnson out. Although technically, Cliff only faced him 3 times and did strike out twice. But Cliff didn't like this. Egged on by the rest of the team, he sort of went at it with Goose Gossage, and that Tommy John said that was very demoralizing for the Yankees and cost him maybe a shot at a three-peat. Nonetheless, 15 years in the big leagues, 6 with Houston, also played for Toronto, the Yankees, Oakland, Cleveland, Texas, and the Cubs. Almost in all my sets, 74 Topps all the way to 87 Topps. Not an 89 upper deck, though. Nice return from Cliff Johnson, of course. Baseball Card Theater. T-Shawn Shannon has a nice video called Not Cliff Johnson, of course, making fun of the fact that Cliff Johnson does not smile very often. Video was featured almost 10 years ago now on Funny or Die's YouTube channel. Of course, he remixed it a few months ago, and it's as good as it ever was, to quote the Talking Heads. Go check out Baseball Card Theater and T-Shawn Shannon. Great, unique baseball card content. And other sports. Let's not pigeonhole T-Shawn into this baseball. Although very similar to me and Through the Mail Monday, it's mostly baseball. Moving on, we've got 2 more returns. Let's get to them. All right, friends, 2 more to go. Our next one from San Jose, California with a Yogi Berra stamp on it, and it's already been opened and resealed, so this should be an interesting return here. Yogi Berra, not sure. That was, of course, 2 present-day players, but this is not a present-day player. I think I know who this is going to be. This is going to be the infamous, mysterious Andy Mezerith, who does not sign, who actually signed a few cards last year, got everyone excited. Probably got hammered by everybody, including me, who needed, of course, the 74 Topps card signed. He said, let's see here, sorry, I'm no longer doing signings. Best wishes, Andy. So there you guys go. That is the classic Andy Mezerith return, which, yes, of course, we all know. It would be just easier to sign the cards than to write the note on the return letter, but that's what he does. He did have a couple successes last year for whatever reason, and then I got everyone excited. I sent the cards out to him, and of course that didn't work out very well. So at least I got my own Andy Mezerith letter back. Everyone wants their own. I've got my own now. This took about almost 400 days to get back to me, so I'm not sure what took so long, but I'm glad I got the cards back. Moving on, guys, to I guess now is our last return of the day. Let's see who it is. All right, gang. Final return is from St. Louis, Missouri, where, of course, my Metropolitans are playing the Cardinals today in a doubleheader here on May the 4th. Be with you as I'm filming this on Sunday afternoon. And we've got some team cards of 1974 Red Sox team cards. Unsigned index card here. College-ruled index card. And we got a Sonny Siebert signed team card. Juan Beniquez also won this on 2 of them. And I sent him, he's $7 a card, sent him $21. Apparently, I should have sent him $28. He did not sign the 4th card. Of course, maybe I was hoping he'd sign 4 for $21, but he did not. He is a strict $7 per card. And the reason why I got these cards signed again is because I sent these cards off. I had Sonny on here. I had Cecil Cooper on here. I sent these cards off to Louis Tiant the day he died, basically. I dropped them in the mailbox, drove home from the post office, and realized he was a goner. And my cards were going to go off and hopefully come back. Well, they didn't come back. On those 2 cards I sent Louis Tiant, I had Sonny Siebert on them, and I had Cecil Cooper on them. And, of course, leaves a bad taste in your mouth. So Sonny's still alive. Cecil's still alive. Let's get them redone. So I'm redoing them. I'm trying not to think about the money involved. $5 for Cooper, $7 for Siebert, which sounds like it's backwards, but whatever. So I'm going to do that. Juan Beniquez was also on here, which is pretty sweet. I think I got him at a private signing for maybe $10. I'm not sure how much he was, but he wasn't too much. So these are obviously going to be my treasured possessions as far as my Red Sox 74 Topps team cards are concerned. Of course, I didn't do a 74 Topps update yesterday or Friday. I wasn't up to it. Plus, I wasn't around. So there's that. I went to the coast for a couple of days. So anyway, that is it, my friends. Put it in the books. Thanks for watching another Through the Mail, Monday number 328. 328 of these in a row. Hit that subscribe button. I do this every single week, every single Monday without fail. Unlike my set updates, which every now and then I skip a week because I'm just not feeling it. Even though they're pretty easy videos to make, but the weather is nice and it's really hard to stay indoors and make videos when it's nice and sunny outside. So anyway, that is it, my friends. I recently got a pretty cool 2 magnets, actually. Kevin McReynolds from Mr. Smith. Thank you very much. I finally got them. Sent it to my work address, which I don't check my work address very often, my work box very often. Probably once a month, maybe even once every 2 months. So got the mail, and I saw a parcel in there from him, so very appreciative of that. Kevin McReynolds, who will have a prominent place on a couple of fridges. I got a mini fridge downstairs, and I got a fridge in my garage, a beverage fridge. So the fridge in my refrigerator in my kitchen is not magnetized, so I can't put anything on it. So there's that. Who knew they made Kevin McReynolds magnets back in the 80s, but they're pretty cool. I mean, I used to collect everything Gary Carter back in the day. I got these little pins, and I used to buy them. And I would hoard all the cards. Oh, there's 1787 Topps Gary Carter cards. I want them all. I'm not sure what my plan was. Clearly, I was not going to create an artificial scarcity of any of those 80s Topps cards I collected. Just not possible. So, and yeah, so that's what I did as a kid. This guy, Mr. Smith, who also sent me the Travelers cards, by the way, back in the day. You probably saw me show them a few months ago on one of my Through the Mail Mondays. Some of the Travelers cards as well. Kevin McReynolds fan growing up, so that's where he got the magnets from. But I'm not putting the magnets in a box. I'm going to put them where they belong, on refrigerators. So thank you, Mr. Smith. I appreciate it. Check your mail soon. You should be getting something back from yours truly. And yeah, that is it for this week's Through the Mail Monday, guys. May 4th, 2025. Hope you liked it. Hit that subscribe button. I do this every single Monday, and would love to have you along for the ride. 328 weeks in a row. That's pretty good. So Bill Wakefield, I don't think he's a relation to Tim Wakefield. Pretty sure there is no relation. Wikipedia said he might be his father, which sounds... that's not definitive enough for me. I mean, he either is or he isn't. He can't be a might. So very weird. But really good. Cliff Johnson, of course. Don't forget, check out T-Shawn Shannon's YouTube channel. He does a great job. He used to write for SNL. He's got a movie out there. He's a funny dude. I think wrote for SNL during the peak years. Of course, everyone's high school years is their peak years of SNL. Mine, of course, was the late 90s. Or mid to late 90s, of course, and early 2000s, I do believe, when T-Shawn was a writer on SNL. So, of course, the guy loves baseball cards, loves his Houston Astros. So, of course, he gives us gems at least once or twice a month. Maybe he puts out a video. It's usually pretty good, pretty creative. So, always pretty funny. So, Thank you guys for watching. Hit that like button. Comment down below. Let me know what you guys thought of this week's returns. Of course, the Andy Mezerith non-signature, which is a bummer, but not a shock. So anyway, that's it, my friends. Thanks for watching. See ya.